everyone, thank you for joining me. This is a video I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. This is the top 10 modifications you can do for your 300ZX to make it perform better. Now, some of these mods you'll be able to do on other cars like Skylines, other cars, but this is for, I'll just put it for this car for now. So this is for the twin turbo and the naturally aspirated one as well. Yeah, let's do it. So you've just bought your first 300ZX twin turbo, or NA. And the first thing you want to do is modify it. Many of us want to do that. For those of you who want to keep it OEM standard and whatnot, then obviously, anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure it's running correctly. Now, this is a major thing. These cars are known for not running correctly. Even mine don't run correctly now and again. It's just a slight little thing can put it off, and that's it. So first thing you want to do, check that everything is where it should be. If it's twin turbo, the boost gauge, the vacuum is correct, you know, it's boosting correctly. If it is stock, it's a brilliant place to start. It really is, because then you do it yourself, or you get a mechanic, you know it's done, you know. So if you get one that's already got a boost controller and it's been turned up the boost, God knows, you don't know what's been going through it. The first thing, what many of you will want to do, and do on many cars, is the air intake. Normally, I'm not going to take this off, behind here you've got a big box. Well, on this one I don't, because I've got the MAF sensor there, and then I've got a Blitz air filter there. Many of you will want to change the airbox to a cone filter, etc. Because, well, that's what we do. You know, you can see it in there. Goes down. But I think Mighty Car Mods, they actually prove that unless it's out here and it's driving, you're not going to see much gain. But I don't mind either way. Looks better, easier to work with. So that's number 10. Alright, so I'll say number 9 is with the exhaust. Upgrade your exhaust, get rid of your catalytic converter, or put high flow cat in. This is a 91, so it doesn't need a catalytic converter. But obviously if it's 96, you might need to put a high flow cat to get to the emission standard. It makes a massive difference, like, you know, opens it up. The stock, blimey, don't know what that was. The stock exhaust is, I think it's 2 inches in diameter. Mine's 2.5. But straight piped, so that's probably the best way you could go about it. Some people go for 3-inch diameter, whatever. Let's the engine, you know, breathe better. So that's number 9. This one's quite an obvious one, and everyone seems to do it. So this one, wheels wider, better traction, look better, I'd say so. Wheels. This one's another obvious one. Specifically if you've got a twin turbo one. So far everything's been for TT and NA. So, hang on. This is a tuned daughter board. Okay. Basically it solders into your current ECU. You remap it. You get a chip on the top there. Remap it. And for twin turbos you can hit 400 horsepower really easily. There is another mod which I'll put next, which will go with it to increase the boost of your turbos. That there is a Hitch KS. It says it's an electronic valve controller. Really, it's a boost controller. So you use this as well as remapping it to increase the boost of your turbos and make it run correctly. So those two kind of go together, but there you go. You want to remap it and get one of these if it's a twin turbo. If it's an NA, obviously you don't need one of these. Now then, this is one what not everybody actually knows about, and not everybody does. I've done it on mine because it was brilliant for the money. It made a massive difference. Basically, the twin turbo version has what's called electronic high cast at the back. Is it electronic? Anyway, high cast system at the back, which means when you're on full lock, the wheels at the back will slightly move, so it gives you a better turning circle. So mine were a bit dodgy, so every time I went over a pothole, the wheels would move and I was everywhere. So I got rid of that completely by installing a NA rear diff. So it's a one set. The NA is just one set. It hasn't got high cast, but it also means that the gear ratios of the diff are different. I can't remember the exact one, exact numbers, but it increases your acceleration, your 0 to 60 time, and basically, instead of hitting, I can't remember what the top speed of these is. On paper, it's meant to be 155. I'm pretty sure these go quicker than that. My mechanic said instead of doing 180, you can only do 170. Where are you going to do 170 anyway? But installing the NA diff, not only do you get it locked out anyway, because I know there's locking kits and everything, but I'm telling you, this is a proper way to go about it. Yeah, you lock it out, but also you take a second off your 0 to 60. These cars aren't slow anyway. You take a second off your 0 to 60, and it only cost me, I think it was altogether £200 to do, to get an NA rear diff and everything for it, and for somebody to actually fit it. It's a no-brainer. Don't increase your engine power, but it definitely does make you accelerate quicker. That is one of the best things you can do. So this mod can go for many cars, NA and TTs. Mainly TT, I'd say, because at the moment, if you've done all the mods what I've already mentioned, you're pushing power. You are pushing power. So you're going to need better brakes. So this is a D2 upgrade. I think it will cost me £1,700. Now they are expensive, but they're bloody good. I can stop. I don't think the stock ones can, because they're very small. So yeah, that is a must, a definite must. Get some. So now you've upgraded your boost control. You've put boost control in, you've had it remapped, etc. This should have come before the remap, I'll be honest with you. But upgrade your intercoolers. I've got a front mount intercooler. You can get the side mounts. The side mounts will be slightly easier because you won't have to mess with the pipe work that much. Front mount, you have to relocate all the, Some people say the front mount's better, some people say the side mounts are better. To be honest, I don't know what the difference is. Some people, it's always going to be an ongoing argument between the two. I personally like the front mount because it looks better in my opinion. People say it messes with the cooling because it's in front of the radiator, which I'll admit it is, but I've never had a problem with my radiator. There you go. So now we're talking big money here. I still have got the stock radiator. I'll put all this into one. So we're coming down to the end of the modifications now, of the best ones to do. And what a lot of people do, and it costs some money, this is forge their engine. Now that means pistons, rods, etc., you name it, you forge it. That can cost about £8,000, so it is a lot. While you're doing that, you also want to upgrade your cooling, but also what's very important is getting rid of all the things you don't need. So for example, there's a water bypass and EGR valve as well. You want to delete it or bypass it. It makes it easier to take the plenum off in the future. If you've already had to go in there for, let's say, changing the seals or something like that, you may as well do the deletes while you're there. It makes it 10 times easier to take the plenum off in the future. So now we've come down to our last modification, and there's so much more I could have actually added in. I didn't actually think about it. So we've just done the forged engine. I haven't got a forged engine. I wish I did. I can't afford it. But you could upgrade your turbo sizes. Now I know a lot of cars I know one specifically. It was running stock turbos, but they just upgraded very slightly, like mine are. So mine are, they got rebuilt with gap seals and 360 race bearings. Now, I know a car that's running 600 horsepower, and he's still got the stock turbos on with the upgrades. You don't need huge turbos to get huge power. You just don't need it. It's all, oh, blimey. It's all to do with the engine. So yeah, we're coming to the end. There's also little things I could have added in, you know, suspension upgrade, lowering springs, or even coilovers. Both of them make a massive difference to the roll of the car. But you've also got the other supporting mods to do that. So camber arms, oh God, you name it, everything under there. You know, you want to lower a car, it doesn't lower, it goes sideways slightly. So you need to align it. You know, there's so much more you could do. So I'd say the last one, I will say, upgrade your suspension. It'll change your car completely, absolutely completely. But you can't just lower it. You've got to do other mods like the camber arms, etc. I forgot what the names of everything else is. My mind's gone blank. But a quick Google search and you will find it. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If it's helped you, please leave a like, share it so others can benefit from it as well. My favourite mod, what I've done to this car, is definitely an NA rear diff. It got rid of so many problems what I was having with the high cast. It's made it so much quicker for myself, and it's cheapest compared to everything. So guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. See you real soon. If you see me, say hi.